All right. I have absolutely no idea if I'm live or not or what I'm doing. This is an experiment. I am moving away from StreamYards because of lots of problems associated with that and trying something new and different here. Also, trying a slightly later time for my normal show, my normal Saturday show, which is usually Saturday afternoons. But here is, let me see if I can get this, tap on this, and it looks like I may very well be live. I think I could be live. I I appear to be live, I guess. Yep, I am live. I'm hearing audio back from a second app. Okay. Like I said, this is a work in progress, a nice little experiment here. Let's see, what do I want to do? I want to, well, I can go back to this, or I can go back to, this is all new to me here because I am playing around with EV Mux. Had to get stuff, had to like set everything up again. It's crazy. I noticed some things. Let's see, as I'm trying to do like a half dozen different things here. Paste that there. Okay. I guess that's good. And go here and check this out. All right. So things have been posted where they need to be posted. I'm going back here. All right. The terribly dull part of trying something new because you don't know if it's going to work or not. But anyway, I was wanting to try something different, and this is exactly what's going on here. Let's see, if I click on that, I probably don't want to click on that. If I click on the other thing, I probably don't want to click on the other thing either. Okay. All the normal stuff going on when I up and try some new stuff. There it goes. There we go. There we go. Yep, that's the audio. Yeah, like what does this do? What does that do? Oh, there's the volume. Okay. It's the same, but different. And that does not fade in and out. It is so very strange. I probably should have, like, I don't know, checked all this out before going live, but I figure what the heck, it's the best way to try something new is just jump right in and see what happens. Let's see. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. somewhere around here is... No, no, not that. Not that either. Oh, certainly not that. Whatever that was. No, 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 no. So I'm just looking through the selection of music that comes with EVMux is way different from what you get with StreamYard or what have you. And then I ended up uploading a lot of stuff to it as well. Anyway, I think I am pretty well set for tonight. I may be doing some editing to this live stream later on to cut out some of the gaffes in it. Anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight, whether you're live, lurking, or you catch me on a replay. Hopefully, after I've done some editing here. As you can tell by the thumbnail, I am doing my normal Saturday comic book live stream where I share either some neat comic books from my collection, my old collection, or maybe share some new ones that I've come across over the years or over the recent years. Or share with you some comic related news that I've come across recently. For right now, I am going to share with you another dollar store find. Let me go ahead and fire up my camera here once I figure out how to do that. Let's see. Do I want to do this? And then this? Yes, here we go. There it is right there as I kind of declutter my cluttered desk. All right. So some of the recent finds I've come across was the story that hit a few weeks back about Dollar Tree, of all places, offering cheap comic books. And this is kind of what they are. These are the comic books that DC is offering through Dollar Tree, of all places. These are reprints, from what I've gathered. They are reprints with, I'm guessing, the same covers. No advertisement in the books themselves. They are just the art, the story, and whatnot. We get like, what is this? Rebirth, the New 52. So you get a lot of. I know there's probably a checklist out there floating around of all the books that DC is offering. Checking this out. I have not had the opportunity or the time, the free time to read these books. I know there's a good number of them floating out there. Just kind of checking out the quality of the books. It's thin paper. I don't know what DC would normally print on, but this feels about what I would expect from a book that was printed or reprinted, put out there in a simple poly bag for all of $1.25. That's what you get from Dollar Tree, things that are $1.25. Of course, I went there today, kind of curious to see what they have, and I came across yet more stuff, more DC books. I had to grab this one. This was Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries. So, yes, of course, I had to grab Batman and Scooby-Doo. And I finally came across this mystery book I've read quite a bit about. This is Final Faction, First Impact #1, February of 2022. So this is almost a 3-year-old book. So I'm going to be opening this up and sharing that with you. Dollar Tree, I guess this is something they've been producing are put out there. I mean, crazy to think about Dollar Tree being behind a comic book, but this is apparently original story and art by these people down here, which I'll get into later. But they also have a toy line of the characters. Let's see if I can hold this up to my camera. Come on, focus, focus. Come on, camera. Right here. Focus. Well, maybe I need to pull. Anyway, you get the idea. Cheaply made action figures. I covered this a little bit more in detail on a previous live stream where I was talking about these books I came across, but these were two new ones. This is how you find DC Comics at a Dollar Tree store now. They're polybagged. They're reprints, I guess. Something to get rid of their back stock or what have you. Let's go ahead and crack this guy open. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can. Oh. And of course, I'm being careful not to like damage the book, all the while trying to get this guy open. There's got to be a trick to it, right? I don't know. I know. I will grab a implement and open them up off camera. A sharp, pokey implement. That was a tough bag, I tell you. That was unexpectedly tough. Oh yeah, crackling sound. The crackling and the ripping away of the cheap poly bag. And it's free. It's free. It's free, everyone. And away that bag goes. Throw it away on the floor. All right, so what I like to do with every comic book is to look at it, check it out. We got oh goodness. Yes, that is the traditional looking Scooby Gang. And the Batman and Robin. Oh, here we go. Here's the who does what's part of it. This is the Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries #1. Let's see if I can find a blurb about when this was published originally. I'm not seeing anything. All right, Glove Story is the name of it. Written by Ivan Cohen. Art and cover by Dario Brizuola. Colors by Franco Rizzo. Lettering by Seda Timofonte. Edited by Michael McAllister. Batman created by Bob Kane with Bill Finger. Paper doesn't feel too bad, really. I was expecting less quality of a book, but this is not bad. The art is good. Coloring is good. I'm getting nostalgic now for Scooby-Doo. Makes me want to just find the old series on YouTube or someplace streaming and just sit back and watch some of the old Scooby-Doo cartoons. So honestly, this is not bad. Oh, here we go. DC Essential Graphic Novels. Then we got the blurb back down here. The Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries #1 2024 edition. Published by... When was it originally published? Looks like it was originally published in 2021, if I'm reading the fine print there. So this is not bad. This is going to be added to my little collection of Dollar Tree comic books that I will have to work up and make the time to read. Now, for the special find, I mean, this is just amazing. For $1.25, you can get comic books, you can get tie-in toys. This is Final Faction First Impact. Okay, let's have a look here. I was looking at this earlier today, and this is, let's see, distributed by Greenbrier International in Canada, imported, made in China. Okay, so made in China, imported into Canada, and then distributed everywhere else. But I have been reading so much about this book. Yeah, I was surprised to see this at my local Dollar Tree. I grabbed it. I snatched it. Uh, this is how you package it. I mean, not only do you have a little thing here where you can put it on a nice display hook, but you have a nice little opening down here that you don't have to rip open. You can just simply remove the book, set that aside. All right. Number 1, February of 2022. This is kind of interesting. And got a nice cover art here of the, I guess, the superhero team or whatnot. And we got Final Faction First Impact, the origin story. You got to look superheroes or what have you. And the inside cover, we have the toy line. I mean, this is impressive. I was not expecting this. I had no idea. I saw like a few of the toys hanging on the shelf. So, yeah, this is surprising. We got Series 1, Alpha Team 1, Series 2, Alpha Team 1. We have something called the Karn action figures. We have accessories. It looks like they got some vehicles in it. So, yeah, this is really impressive. I mean, to come up with an entire toy line and comic book tie-in and distribute it through Dollar Tree. All right. In the year 2050, the very first panel on the first page, we got looks like a meteorite or something hurtling toward Earth, hurtling through space toward Earth. Got a next shot of dog tags around this fella's neck. He goes, "Hungry churro," as he looks back to his little canine companion. And then all of a sudden, the moon is struck. Yeah, don't you hate that when that happens? I get a nice boom here. So the asteroid, the meteorite, or whatever hits the moon. It explodes. Then we move to this other scene here on the other side of the world in the mountains of East Asia. You got a nice, got a woman meditating, and she wakes up and says, "Something is coming." Air base on the African plains. Let's go, Squadron 1. You're with me. And we get a shot of the moon, the meteorite impact. Amidst the debris of the moon, a dark secret is lurking, a hibernating alien mothership, home of the Karn. Inside the mothership's hive, Diabol awakens. So we got like a typical alien invasion storyline. They looks like they beam down to Earth. The guy doing some barbecuing in his backyard with his dog gets attacked, gets thrown into a car. Taking a moment to appreciate the art here. The art is not bad, really. I mean, we get established characters, we get establishing action. I mean, we get our plot point number one, which appears to be alien land. Aliens crash land on the moon, awaken, and then decide, yeah, let's go invade Earth. And then they start going after, apparently, they only go after certain people. And the humans they go after fight back, and you get the alien leader here saying, these humans are a problem that must be handled. We get some humans fighting back. Something happens to the guy. The aliens attack him, and apparently he wakes up in a hospital with a cybernetic left arm. So he apparently loses his left arm. Apparently, we get this one woman character who says she was at the academy, went back to East Asia to continue her training. That's not all she learned. The monks at the local temple taught her to open her mind, so she had a vision and saw these things, aliens called the Karn. They go from planet to planet, drain the natural resources with their harvesters. But when they reached Earth's orbit, something went wrong. A massive solar storm struck their mothership, and the Karn hive remained in hibernation. A rocky shell of dust accumulated around the mothership's hull, creating what we know as our moon. Aha! Aha, I knew it. The moon is a spaceship. Right. That's it. That's an interesting plot twist. So we get the assembling of heroes. We get the assembling of the bad guys. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is funny. Even his dog gets in the act. Oh, this is cute. Okay. Uh, Dude doing the barbecuing at the start of it gets a cybernetic arm. His dog gets an exosuit. Canine mech suit, even has a secret weapon, sonic boom bark. Oh, yes, it's FD 0. Fido, yes, the dog gets an exosuit. Oh, goodness. The artwork is reminiscent of what you would see in the early to mid 90s, I suppose you could say. It's like War of the Worlds. Aliens arrive on Earth with their machines to strip the natural resources. Heroes assemble, fight back. And the dog in his exosuit gets to use his secret weapon, the woof boom. end of issue 1 to be continued. All right, let's see here. This is a very flimsy book. This is not stout paper. It doesn't feel much like a regular normal comic book, but it's kind of what I expect for the price point. For $1.25, this was not bad. I mean, I've picked up worse books for full price. Okay, on the back here we have the Who Does What's. Let's see, scriptwriter Toby Osborne, penciler and inks by Chris Marinon, inking assist Luis Rivera, colorist Mimi Simon, lettering by John Hebink and Mike Manley, spoof ad page artist Pete McConnell. Final Faction issue 2. The action and adventure continues in issue 2. Now, I was reading a little bit about this earlier, and there's the spoof ad page. We got Professor Bizarro's disappearing potion. We got Final Faction Cola. It goes like canned laughter. Sarge's Cookie Company. Now, I was reading a little bit about this particular book. It's going on 3 years now, and there apparently isn't a second issue. Or if there is a second issue that's been produced, I have not seen much about it, much regarding it, which is kind of odd. It's interesting. It has potential. The artwork's not bad. Coloring is not bad. There's bits that I kind of wish the coloring could be a little bit more vibrant, not so muted. Yeah, for a storyline that props up for a comic book storyline that props up a action figure line, toy line, this is not bad. And this is dated 2021. So yeah, it's gone on 4 years at this point, and they only apparently have one issue to brag about, which is unfortunate because I wouldn't mind seeing more of this. This is kind of interesting. I like seeing these independent creators. Like anybody with an idea can create a comic book. And whether or not it's going to be good is another matter. I mean, but to create a comic book and to create a toy line associated with that comic book, that is really impressive. I do appreciate that. That is quite an achievement. I wish I wouldn't mind seeing more of this, which is a shame because if you could get like an ongoing series, you get improvements in the art, you could flesh out the story more. And I do like this packaging. I don't know if I'll keep this in its original bag or if I'll like drop it in a dedicated bag and board, but that's pretty neat. So yeah, there's so much internet lore about this. I haven't read it all. Final Faction comic book. Number 1, first edition. Quite impressive. and apparently hard to find because I went to my local Dollar Tree off and on over the past few weeks looking for this, and it's like I found this one and I found one other. And of course, I ended up grabbing them both, but they enjoy a good resale interest on eBay and whatnot, where prices go anywhere from $3 and up. I wouldn't pay more than $1.25 for this, but yeah, if you can find it at a good price, $1.25, that's not a bad price for it. These DC reprints, I'm kind of curious about these guys. I'll read up more on these. There's got to be a checklist for all of them someplace. I picked up initially 4, then I went back earlier today and found the Final Faction, and then found Batman and Scooby Doo, and that was just pure nostalgia for me. Like, oh, it's Scooby Doo. I have to get it. It's Scooby Doo. I've got to grab it. DC Universe Rebirth. I have absolutely no idea what this is about. The New 52, again, have no idea what this is about. The artwork doesn't look bad. I know that these are reprints. Trying to find the page. It shows all the credits and whatnot. Oh, here we go. Peter J. Tomasi doing the story and words. Fernando Passarin doing the art. Scott Hanna doing the inking. Gabe El Taib doing the coloring. Pat Brousseau doing the lettering. Is there a point that it shows? That's impressive. I was never big on DC. I was more of a Marvel guy and then more of a Valiant fan back in the early 90s. Oh, here we go. This is Green Lantern Corps number 1, 2024 edition. Originally published 2011. So this is a republished 14-year-old book. This is how DC, I guess, is going to go back and put out some of their older books as reprints, just without the original advertising. Because I was looking through these earlier, and it's like, there's no advertising in these. Now, again, as the one point I mentioned last time I discussed these, is like, if you live near a local comic book store, I would say take your money to your local comic book store. Usually it's like a mom and pop shop or whatnot. Give them your money. Keep a local comic book store open and alive. But if you're like me and you live out in the sticks or what have you, out in the country, and you're nowhere near a local comic book store without driving an hour or so one way, but you have a Dollar Tree next to you, well, this could be a very cheap way of getting into some older DC books. I don't know where these storylines go. I don't know if they're good or not. Kind of interesting. This one gave me a laugh. Out of all these, I'm probably going to enjoy reading the Batman and Scooby Doo just because out of sheer nostalgia. The Final Faction was an interesting yet curious find, given all the stuff I've read about Final Faction and its apparent short-lived Life is a comic book, because from what little I've read about this, there has never been an issue 2 produced. So let me set this aside and check. Let's see. Checking stuff here. I do appear to still be live. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, I am still alive for this little internet experiment. Also, I need to like really clean up my desk. It's cluttered. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's good. That's good right there. All right. Checking that out now. There we go. Again, trying something new. Moving away from StreamYards to EV Just I've played with EV in the past, but I wanted to give it another go to see if I liked it or not. And it's kind of odd. Now, before I end the show for tonight in this little experiment, and I bump into my microphone, which I need to like declutter my desk. Yes, mental note to self, declutter desk. Another dollar store find is this cheap toy that you're going to apparently assemble from a kit. It comes with all the hardware, flimsy little bag which gets flung about my room, and you get a pile of parts here. Looks like 2 little wheels, a little itty bitty screwdriver, a little itty bitty wrench, and are there instructions? There are no instructions. So I got a pile of parts and no instructions. No. Okay, well, I know if I look at the picture, will it make sense? Yes. Okay. All right, we got this bit, this bit here. So if you're joining me for tonight, thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Normally, this is something I do on Saturday afternoons when I stop and talk about all things comic books and comic book related. But my crazy work schedule being what it is, or my crazy schedule outside of YouTube, did not have the opportunity to do anything earlier this afternoon. So here I am. This is like those old school erector sets. Like you get a bunch of stuff, you're supposed to put it together. I don't know if this is right or not. That does not look right. I know. I could have sworn it came with instructions. Maybe the instructions are somewhere on my desk. As I'm note to self, declutter desk. Desk is a clutter. Oh, hang on a second. Is it just as I stretch across and What is this mystery piece of paper? No, that's something completely different. Aha. Aha, found it. Found it. Knew it came with instructions, but man, look at this. We get a very small scrap of paper, single-sided. What in the world? All right, the thing that says it's the propeller, that actually makes some kind of sense. So I will start with the bit. The bit that's supposed to be the propeller, which I'm guessing is this guy right here. So apparently this goes through that. Oopsie. And then three bits of plastic that are either supposed to be the wheels or the spacer here for the propeller. And then what I'm guessing is this right here. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. It's making sense, I suppose. I'm looking this over. I'm thinking there should be washers. I'm thinking, but there are no washers. It's just a few screws, some nuts, which I am fumbling with. Yeah, it should be that. Well, thank you all for joining me tonight, catching me on a replay, catching me live, lurking out there. I hope this is, oh goodness, somewhat entertaining. I keep thinking, yeah, I should work on some kind of schedule for my live streams. And when I think I get to a point where I can do that, things happen, as things do. Oh well, it is what it is. If this was a real screwdriver, I wouldn't have any problem gripping it. There we go. All right. That's that bit. Okay. What does it say next? Looks like this part is the wing, which looks like it goes right there. Followed by, I'm just looking at the little simple instructions. So yeah, we get the wings. This is not a well-constructed kit. There's nothing resembling fit and finish here. But for $1.25, what do you expect, really? I mean, it almost went on, but it did not want to go. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, ooh, ooh, here we go. Here we go. Nope. I can do this better. The bolt will not even go onto the nut. Yeah, this is. Yeah, this is not going to work. There are bits of metal here that are like bent and supposed to fit in one way, but yeah, they're not going to go. This is. I can make this go if I took this to my shop and like bored out the holes some and kind of rearranged things, rejiggered things, but yeah. Taking a look at the picture here, if my camera can focus in on it. It's going to take some work to make this assemblage of scrap metal and whatnot to look anything even remotely like this. So yeah, this is interesting. It's I think it misses the mark. Honestly, you could go to the hardware store, grab some stuff, put it here and there, and kind of come up with something better. This, if you're like making this for some kids or whatnot, they will probably be disappointed. This takes work. I'm going to put this actually back in its box. I will mess with this later because it's going to take a little bit of work. I'm honestly not surprised. I would have been surprised if this would have been easy to assemble. A little single-sided instruction pamphlet goes back inside. So yeah, this is a dollar store fail. This was this like okay, not bad. Some interesting stuff from the dollar store. An assemblage of hardware that's supposed to be a toy. That's a fail. A chunk of plastic from China imported into Canada and then distributed all over the place. This is not bad. Um, a shame that this comic book series didn't pick up, didn't see anything beyond the first issue, but yeah, it is what it is. As far as DC books showing up at Dollar Tree, that's interesting. I'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens with that. See if books are out there that I've always kind of liked Green Arrow. I've read Green Arrow off and on over the years. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm not crazy about this Green Arrow look. Not crazy about this art. The more I think of Green Arrow, I keep going back to the Mike Grell Longbow Hunters. Okay, yeah, I'll probably save that for last out of this crop. So yeah, it'll be Batman, Scooby-Doo mysteries. That'll be the first one I read. Then maybe the Green Lantern. Then the Wonder Woman. I was kind of breezing through this Wonder Woman earlier. This artwork is actually not bad. I don't know anything about the storyline. I don't know if the storyline is good, bad, or what have you, but the artwork's fair. Just my initial impression of it. All right, Wonder Woman. I've been rambling on here for close to an hour trying to figure out how to make things go. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. As I do this and then do this, EV Mux is completely different. But there we go. As always, thank you all for coming across this and checking me out. Oh, something new. Oh, that's neat. That's something EV Mux does that StreamYards doesn't do in its free version. Banner and ticker. Okay, I'll play with that later. I can make a little banner that pops up or have a little ticker scrolling across the bottom of the screen. But anyway, where is this? What am I doing here? It's been fun as I rambled on here close to an hour, checking out some new and different comic books. Checking out Final Faction #1, an oddity that I've read off and on about, but finally had the chance to grab for the first time today. Thank you all for joining me. As always, check out my channel here as I talk about all things pop culture related, whether it's movies, TV shows, anime, K-dramas, books, comic books, what have you, news and reviews. Until next time, everyone, thank you so much for joining me tonight.